Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rati here. So today I have a book review for you guys. I'm going to review Skin Sense by Dr. Kiran Sethi. Here is the cover of the book, Skin Sense by Dr. Kiran Sethi. Now to be honest, when I first saw the name of this book on the Amazon latest books list, I was a bit skeptical, if I should waste my money on buying this book or not. Because I thought, what if this ends up being one of those cliched books on skincare, one of those books which are really trying to sell you expensive skincare treatments or, fat skincare products. So I was kind of confused. But then since I'm passionate about skincare, I'm really into skincare. I'm not a makeup person, but I'm quite passionate about skincare. And I've never seen before a book on Amazon which claims to be an exclusive authority on skincare, which claims to tell you everything about the subject of skincare. I was curious and hence I decided to buy this book. And I'm glad I did because I absolutely love the book. It's a wonderful book. And today in this review, I'm going to share with you why I love this book. So guys, I have divided the review into a couple of sections for the sake of convenience and clarity so that you guys understand better. Firstly, let's have a look at these sections. Let's take a look at these 5 sections. So firstly, I'll be talking about the background of the book. Secondly, I'll be talking about the structure of the book. And then thirdly, we come to the review part. Good points of the book, why I like the book. Fourthly, I'm going to talk about the ideal readership for the book. Who should ideally read this book and why? And last but not the least, my concluding comments, final verdict. So without much ado, guys, let's begin. So coming to the background of the book, Skin Sense. Now, as the name suggests, Skin Sense is literally everything about skincare. It's not just meant for those, who have some skin issues or skin concerns, but it's a guide and a manual for everybody who is willing to learn about skincare. And it's a guide about how to take care of your skin on a daily basis, on a day-to-day basis. And the book is very scientifically written, but we'll discuss that more in detail when we come to the review part. But this is a little bit of a background about the book. Now let's talk about the author of the book briefly. Dr. Kiran Sethi. The book is written by Dr. Kiran Sethi. Dr. Kiran Sethi is a world-famous clinical dermatologist and, cosmetic science specialist, celebrity aesthetician. She currently practices in New Delhi and she treats a lot of celebrity patients, So one of those really famous figures. She holds an MD from the US, which means she's a qualified doctor. And she is a graduate of the Columbia School in the US, plus she has a string of other qualifications related to clinical dermatology and various fields related to cosmetic sciences. So, for me at least, the fact that the book has been written by somebody who is an expert in the field, this lends a great deal of credibility and authenticity to the book. I don't know how it works for you. But for me, if I'm spending money to buy a book on skincare, I won't like to spend my money on something that's just written by some random skincare enthusiast. So it really works for me. Now coming to the structure of the book is divided into 8 chapters. And let me briefly, I'll show you the contents page as well. Let's take a look at the contents page. And now let me briefly talk about the chapters one by one, the structure of the book. So the book starts with an introduction, which is a very generalized introduction, on the composition of our skin, different layers of our skin, and just a general introduction about skincare, what people expect and, myths and what's the reality, this and that. Then the second chapter we have is about hair care, taking care of your hair. Then there is a chapter on, homemade skincare methods, do-it-yourself skincare methods. Do these really work and how effective are these? Then we have a chapter, very interesting chapter on, internal disorders, health problems, common lifestyle diseases like thyroid, diabetes or PCOS, for example, which is a condition affecting many women, and how these lifestyle diseases affect the health of your skin. And it has a very detailed list of, food items you should consume and food items you should not consume in case you have any of these diseases, thyroid, PCOS, or diabetes. And the chapter also has a very detailed listing of, food you should consume for glowing skin. So a very detailed chapter and one of my favorite chapters in the book. And then we have a couple of chapters on skincare again. And finally, we have a chapter on, the concluding chapter is on professional skincare treatments. So this is more or less the structure of the book. And the book moves from, from generalized to specific. So first you will have easy information and then you gradually move on to more complex topics. That's how the book is structured more or less. Now coming to the review part, why I absolutely loved reading this book, Skin Sense by Dr. Kiran Sethi, I'm going to briefly tell you in a couple of points. Firstly, I love this book because it's written very scientifically, very logically. For a book on skincare, one always fears, and that was one of my initial apprehensions while buying this book. What if this book is all full of fluff and your money is wasted? It doesn't give you any valuable information. But the book really scores well on that point. It explains very logically and scientifically a lot of complex concepts related to skincare. It explains, different layers of skin, different types of skin, what kind of products you should use for, different skin types. And it's a very hands-on book. So when you go out into the market to buy different skincare products, be it, a moisturizer or a face wash or a scrub according to your skin type, the book actually explains in detail the kind of ingredients that you should look for in those products according to your skin type. So for example, ingredients like vitamin C, retinol, ascorbic acid, or sulfate-free shampoos, which are a rage these days. So all these ingredients, which are typically listed in your, sort of skincare products, be it face washes, scrubs, or any other products. She has explained very much in detail about these ingredients and what ingredients you should look for in what skincare product according to your age and skin type. So it's a wonderful, application-oriented book. As I said, it actually will help you save money because these concepts are so scientifically explained. And when you actually go out to buy these products, you can apply a lot of information that the book explains very logically and scientifically. Secondly, I love the book because despite the fact that it's written by somebody who is a professional clinical dermatologist, aesthetician, she's not really using the book to, hard sell the idea of superficial beauty. On the contrary, the author is very much critiquing the idea of, celebrity-driven beauty that is bombarded on us via Instagram or via other social media channels, via media. In the introduction itself, the writer is very much questioning, the idea of, that kind of idea of beauty, that kind of insecurity that this celebrity-driven beauty culture drives into the heads of women, that if my skin is like this, if I have a glass skin, only then I'm beautiful, otherwise my self-confidence is shattered. So the author spends a great deal of time in the introduction questioning this myth, questioning this idea, and she makes it very clear that first you have to have confidence in your being. Your, beauty is not about how many blemishes are on your skin. And only when you're confident about your skin, then any skincare treatment or whatever, regimen you adopt for taking care of your skin, it's an add-on, but it can never be a substitute for your self-confidence. I absolutely love the writing style of this book. It's very interesting and entertaining. Now, guys, for a book on a subject as complex as skincare, especially when there's so many facts being given about chemicals and chemical composition of face washes and this and that, it's very easy for the book to turn dry and boring, but the author manages to avoid that cliche and keep the book interesting throughout. There's a lot of storytelling element. It's written in a very animated and conversational style, and the author is constantly, giving anecdotal examples from her own life and from her own interaction, her own skincare concerns, as well as her daily interactions with patients, the kind of skincare problems they bring up to her and what caused those problems in the first place. So it's quite funnily written as well. There's a lot of sense of humor and a lot of things that you would identify with, that, oh, I thought this was so good for my skin, but this is something that ruined my skin. So overall, it's a very entertaining book, very interestingly written. And there are these cute poems, I think. These are like gems in the beginning of the book. These cute little poems on skincare that the author has invented. Now, coming to the readership part of the book, who is the ideal reader for this book? I think the book is ideal for people in their 20s and 30s, because that's when I think people are just beginning to figure out, what is good for their skin, what is bad for their skin. That's when people are actually starting to take skincare seriously and trying to figure out their future skincare regimen. Finally, my final verdict, this is an absolutely wonderful book, very hands-on. Like I said, it would actually help you save money because it would help you in, making practical decisions while purchasing products for skincare on a day-to-day basis, how to take care of your skin on a day-to-day basis. A very valuable book, a book which is not just meant, for reading once, but you can keep it as a reference book and, just refer to it whenever you think that you need to know something about skincare. I bought this book for less than 200 rupees from Amazon, and for that price, I think the book is a stealer. I'm going to share the Amazon link on how you can buy the book, and please do take a look. So that's it today for guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please do remember to press the like button and to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for listening.